Welcome to Building a Lockdown Defense, a multi part series where we break down how to create a real defensive game plan based on the personnel that you're facing. This isn't about glitch blitzes, it's not about making 8 adjustments every play, it's definitely not using coach suggestions. Just like we break down offensive schemes and playbooks, we're going to apply that same level of strategy here on defense. Our goal: force mistakes, create turnovers, and lock down drives. In today's episode, we're starting with the basics.
Before you can build any elite defense in NCAA 25, you need to master one thing first: run defense fundamentals. Today, we're going to break it down out of the 4-3 multiple formation, giving you simple and effective run tips to stop both inside and outside runs. Then, we're going to shift gears into the pass game, showing you how to play smart defense based on your coverage call, how to match personnel properly, and most importantly, how to recognize and cover up the weaknesses in your play call selection. Let's get started.
All right, first thing here in our run defensive principles, if they're coming out in single back or I form or pistol here, right? It's going to be symmetrical. By symmetrical, I mean the running back will be lined up behind the quarterback so they could either flip the play left or right. So this is where I always like bringing my safeties down in the box a little bit because there's not a lot of people that are big pass heavy out of pistol or single back unless they're running play action. And so I'm going to control the middle linebacker here, and I'm going to stay about 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. So my goal here is I am going to flow left or right depending on which side they run to. And I'm never going to try and intentionally run into the middle of the defense because I don't want to get caught up in there and allow the running back to make a big play outside. So I'm going to try and pursue left to right here, and I'm going to take away here. And our D end got a great shed there. Let's go take a look at the replay. Our D end got inside, made a play, but if you look at me here, the middle linebacker, right here, I am pursuing outside. So I'm going to clean that play up, and that's not going to allow that running back to be able to get anywhere. So let's take a look at a few more plays here and just show you the consistency, right? Is sometimes big plays happen. You're not going to have best run defense every play, but flow, flow, flow. I'm running outside. I ate a blocker, so that blocker couldn't get to the corners, and they got back to the line of scrimmage. So we'll run this again and just keep showing flow to the side of the ball. Here, we're going out, and we were going to pursue and take away that outside angle. Luckily, our end got the shed there, so we didn't even have to worry about that. But let's look at this one more time. Now they're coming out in shotgun. And in shotgun, you can line up on the side of the running back and do the same principle, flow left to right. Or you can line up on the opposite side of the running back here and kind of deter them and hopefully audibling them into a different play. Or you can pursue down. Or if they run a counter, flip back over. So let's stay here. And and running back made a good play, just kind of stuttered and I got stuck. But you saw actually there was I kind of didn't stick to my own advice, but I bounce outside, I force him into the hole, and he actually runs backwards here to avoid it and get a 10-yard gain. But sometimes plays are going to happen like that. You're not going to stop every run, but this is how you're going to make things more difficult and your run defense will improve. So we'll come here again, pursuing over, and that time we got in the way and we kept them from getting any positive gain. So here's gonna be our one final look here. We're back under pistol. So we're gonna flow here. We're going outside, and we take away that responsibility, and our D line is just getting sheds. So that is how we're going to defend anything under center, pistol, shotgun, trying to take away those outside runs. So let's take a look here at the first play, and it's straight down, and we're able to keep them to a no gain. All right, so we've crashed our D line, we pinched, and we brought our safety down a little bit. Now we're going to play the side of the running back. and there was a nice pocket there for us to shoot up the middle, and we got like a -5, -6 yard run. Uh, all right, so again here, this time against shotgun, I am going to line up opposite the running back to deter an inside zone or a base, and hopefully my D line will help shed as well. So we're gonna take a look how this develops. More motion, and we're gonna take away this middle here in case they cut back. And there's really just nowhere for this running back to go. And we'll take another look here and just see what else we can get. Oh God, we got pancaked and we took away the angle, so allowed that other guy to get free here. Is you guys want to watch me get steamrolled? As you see here, I read the gap perfectly, and then this is me getting knocked to the floor here, and that allowed that guy to get there. But we also had this outside guy over here shedding outside, and so that play wasn't going to go anywhere. So that's typically how the run defense you're going to want it to look. Again, certain runs work better against certain defensive formations, certain plays, but this is about limiting yards and just showing you how to read gaps. All right, now we're going to go over some of the passing defense for this video. And the main thing is once you come out, you see the offensive formation, their personnel, you're going to then pick a defensive formation that matches. So the more receivers, we will go to nickel or to dime look to be able to match that receivers, right? So I'm going to just come out and nickel over, and I'm going to pick random play, and then we will go against a random pass. Now, in saying this, is the play you come out in matters because you need to know what the weaknesses is in your defensive play. So, for example, man coverage, there's no help. If a guy gets beat, he's pretty much beat, and you got to hope that offensive player does not make that read. Here, the CPU's on Heisman. They usually make the right read unless they get sacked or pressured really quick. But you see, we're here in a looks like a double man here. So I'm going to user the middle linebacker per usual, pinch our line, crash down, and I'm going to see here the running back's on this check and release, and I dropped an interception, but I knew my responsibility, and that is the important thing. Everything obviously was bottled up pretty good, but you see the D line created the pressure. I go out to cover my responsibility. That's the key in man. Now here, they're giving us a cover 3 look. I'm still going to pinch my line and crash down. And so now I'm looking at where is my defense vulnerable. There's nothing defending the flats to the left, and the middle here is kind of vulnerable because this guy is blitzing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go user this guy, and I am going to watch anything down here to the left because there's no help underneath, and I don't want us to get exposed there. Running backs on the left, he can run a flat route. One of these guys here on the left, receivers, can run a slant route. So that's going to be my responsibility. So here, and I gave up 5 yards, but because I came out in this cover 3 blitz, that I knew that's where the weakness was. So I have to user that, and that's a big thing. A lot of people do not user the defensive weaknesses in the play that they're coming out in. So here is man. Again, I'm going to leave my 2 safeties over the top. I'm going to trust the defense that I have out here, and I am going to play my responsibility, which is the running back. So if it's a run, I can play it, or if it's a pass. And there, like I said, they took whatever was open to them. Here we're getting a pistol full house look. This is looks like a cover 6 Willie. I think it's what it's called. Is basically there's man on the right, zone on the left. So my job here is to watch anything across the middle. So I'm going to watch that here. And again, the guys played really good coverage. This is not going to happen. The lockdown coverage is not going to happen every play like this, mind you. But again, this is just showing you whatever play you come in, you need to know what the vulnerabilities of are this defense. So this guy is playing a curl flat. There's nothing else to the right. So the tight end or this running back could dare be a spot here in the middle for them to take away. Here on the left side is they have three receivers, so I need to be aware that anything comes to the middle here also is my responsibility. So we're going to take a look, see how this develops. I'm going to watch here to the left, I'm going to take away the route, and we're going to take a look at the replay. I'm going to show you is because that was my responsibility. I knew where the opening was. I watched, there was nothing there underneath. And so I took away that middle guy running that post route. And actually, because it looks like they ran some side of tight end screen, maybe, is that this tight end was open right here, but he wasn't getting the time to get that off. So, again, user and take away the areas of the field that your defense is the weakest. So now we know here we're in cover three hard flat. So what I know is that everything underneath is going to be covered. So now my concern is this soft, tender area in the seam right here from the slot receiver and or tight end. So what I'm going to do is I am going to kind of stay in between these two. Hopefully the tight end will push into this other linebacker. So that way I can focus on anything running up the seams here, here. And you see, actually, I played it. I said that's where the vulnerability was. And the CPU actually just made a great play. So get on the linebacker here. You see, I run back to take that away, and he literally throws. I mean, that's not a good throw at all. He's not open. But see, you know what? Users will throw that. They will throw that. So, that's good defense. CPU made a better play. That's going to happen. But again, is stay focused on the principles is what is the responsibility of your user? Where is the weakness in your defense? And can you user that and take that away? So here there's two ways of doing this one, right? This is a cover one hole. This three rat cook is going to match against certain things over the middle. Or I can use this one to take away the running back. I will probably take this one on the running back here. So I'm going to look. He goes to the flat, and we get a knockout there. All right, again, so knowing out, so we have a cover one hole here with a three rec. Because the linebackers are both manned up here, what we can do is we can let this guy roam free and play anything over the middle to help out on, or I could use this guy on the tight end, or I can use this guy on the running back, whatever you feel more comfortable with. So again, here we're going to take a look, see what kind of develops. The running back shoots out. I'm going to go take away the running back, and someone else got beat somewhere else. And that's fine. Man coverage is different than zone, but that is the reason why I like running that is I like to know where the weakness of my defense is, and I'm going to try and take away those options myself. So here, pistol full house again. I'm a guy on a user blitz, but what I can do here, right, is if I want to, this guy doesn't necessarily need to blitz. I will user him, and I'm going to play an extra guy in coverage and try to take away anything to help out my defense. So here I'm coming down. Nope, nope, nope. And there they threw some play action with only one or two guys going out. But the point was I had anything over the middle locked down. Here's also something else. If I don't want to user this running back, right, we're back in another cover one hole look. I am going to user this middle linebacker and help wherever I think it needs to be. And again, they just take a deep shot. And CPU, like users, sometimes when they don't know what to do when everything is covered, you're just going to throw it deep. This is the last play we take a look at here is now we're in another double man look. So I'm going to use this running back here, and we're going to see where he goes. And honestly, I got crossed up on the play action, but I took away everything to the left. So that is how you're going to play your basic man defense. When you pick a certain play, whoever you decide to use, know where the weakness in your cover 2, your cover 3, your cover 4, and try to take away that vulnerability yourself. So that way it can't be exploited. And if users can beat you with options 2, 3, 4, you can live with that. That wraps up part one of our lockdown defensive series. Today, we broke down the foundational principles in our run defense for under center, pistol, and shotgun runs using the 4-3 multiple, and then how to match offensive personnel and how to use her effectively while identifying the weaknesses in your own play calls. These are the tools you need to start building a complete defensive game plan, not just calling plays, but thinking two steps ahead. In part two, we're going to go even deeper. I'm going to show you guys how to disguise your coverages with different shell looks and how to cross man and confuse the quarterback before the snap even happens. If this helped your game, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment on what formation or defensive strategy you want to see broken down next. This is Louisianimal Gaming. Appreciate you rocking with me. I'll see you in the next one.